All right, this is the final from the 2021 OVKA charity race. This will be the LO206 seniors, and I'm in the LO206 Masters Heavy. We're heading out together. We're going to have a little space in between us, but we're going to knock both these classes out in one race. 741 there is starting in position 3. The 86 is in position 1, and I'm in position 2. I did well in the first heat, and the second heat I did better. I actually won that one. So averaged out from the P-pick format, I'm placed in position 2. So we're coming around. We ended up starting this race a little closer to the senior group than we had the previous two, and it makes things racy much sooner in the race for us. Where in the other two races, we might have encountered one or two of the seniors. We are going to encounter at least half of them with starting this close. 86 is on the gas, I'm on the gas, we're getting the green along with the seniors, and already we're on the back end of the seniors. I got a pretty good run down there. I thought I was going to get passed by the 741, and I was hoping I could get in front of the 86, but he hadn't, he's running the same kart that I'm running. I'm actually borrowing his kart for this race, and he got up next to me, and I wasn't going to cut down on him or anything like that. So that turn, with it being to the left and be on the outside, it still sets up pretty easy to fall in line. If somebody gets underneath you, you don't really get hung out to dry or anything like that. So we come around, and we are already passing some of the seniors on the first lap. So we get by the number 7. I think there are 2 number 7s in the senior group, but we pass the first number 7. The 86 gets a good run through there, and he's got a little distance on me right now. But after you go around, from this corner on up until the A turn is a section I like, and I'm able to get through it pretty well lately. But coming up to this A turn, which is the next turn, this hard right, I'm still not super good on this one yet. I've been getting better, but it's still a weak point in my racing at the G&J Cartway. But the 86, he's still in first for our class, the LO206 Masters Heavy, and he put a big old gap on me right there. But through this section, I found I was able to close up on people pretty well through there. If only I could, get this A turn figured out where I don't get smashed on the straightaway afterwards. Again, there they go. This is a 12-lap race. Oh, and as you see, the 741, he capitalized. I'm sure he got a good run through the A turn because he is pretty good at that turn. He's given me some on-track coaching earlier in the season to try to get through it better, and it has helped me. But I'm sure he got a good run through the A and was therefore able to get underneath me on the straightaway, and I saw him, so I stayed wide and let him fall in underneath me. I just blended back in, and now we're all bunched up. The 86 is in first for the Masters Heavy class, the 741 is in second, and I'm in third, and we still have, I believe, 2 seniors to get around if we can. This is the second number 7 right there from the senior class. And unfortunately now, I've got the cart in between myself and the 741. I was hoping to just stay with him, and if he got around somebody, I could follow suit at the same time he's doing it. But it doesn't turn out that way. But the cart in front of the 86 is not slow by any means, but the 86 is pretty fast, and it's keeping us all in touch for the most part. I think I already mentioned it, but I am driving the 86's. He's got a Comet Eagle that was available to drive, and he offered to let me drive it, and I gladly took him up on it. I don't have a lot of experience with driving a bunch of chassis. I've driven an older Aero, and I've driven a Margay Brava. This is the third go-kart that I've driven in an actual race setting. I've driven all kinds of rental karts, but when it comes to LO206, it's only 2 to this day. probably close to the halfway point on this race, and we're still close together. So I'm thinking, you know, I've got a chance to potentially get back up into second. You never know what happens. As you've seen in some of the old videos, people touch, people have mechanical issues. You know, attrition is a thing. Chains flying off, tie rods bending, lug nuts just busting loose. As you know, as you saw in the second race, my teammate's wheel flew off and it just ripped out in the middle. So I'm finally able to swing under the 7. Had enough momentum to get up alongside him enough that they didn't come down on me or anything like that, and I was able to take the spot. But as soon as I did that, when I look up ahead of me, there's a gap, and the 741 has a cart in between. So I still have to get through one more cart if I'm going to try to get the 741. The 71 kind of went over a turtle back there and dropped back, and I've been able to close back up on these two again through I guess my good section. And then I really must have got my lucky lap right there and got through that turn good, and I was able to jump right past the 71. So now I'm where I want to be. I'm behind the 741. We've got the 86 in sight. He is pretty consistent. It's highly unlikely with him with clear track in front of him that he's going to have a bad lap. He's usually going to click off a pretty consistent fast lap. So we have our work cut out for us if we think we're going to run the 86 down. But the 741's got the track figured out pretty good, and I'm taking this opportunity to try to stick with him and follow his line. But I am going to screw up, I believe, on this turn right now. I don't go out as wide as him, as you can see. Cutting that like that just slowed me down. I don't know if I thought I was going to... I don't remember if I was going to try to dive under him or what I was thinking, because this is a couple of weeks ago when this happened. We had a backlog of videos to get through. But as you can see, taking that lower, tighter line when I didn't need to definitely didn't pay off. I make up some ground a little bit, but now I'm pressing because I know we're getting more towards the end of the race. Come through there, he throws some more gap down on me. He's putting more gap on me there than I can make up in the other parts of the track. So the accumulated effect is, you know, he just gets further away from me. But all in all, it was a very fun weekend, or race day. It wasn't a full weekend activity. It was just we actually had a race, I believe, the day before, and the charity race was the next day, if I remember correctly. So it was somewhat like a doubleheader. The laps are winding down. We might be getting 2 to go right now. Oh, nope, we're getting the white. So 1 lap to go to round off and polish off the OVKA 2021 season. I do have some video coming up from the Karting event at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati. And I actually have a lot of good rear-facing footage on that one. It's really nice and smooth with the GoPro 7. So I'm looking forward to putting that video together. It should look good, and really, I almost like watching a rear-facing camera better sometimes. It's pretty interesting. So we're coming by. I'm going to take the checkered flag, and 3rd place for the LO206 Masters Heavy. The 86 won, the 741 got 2nd place. I believe the 318 got 4th, and the 007 got 5th. So stay tuned for that Karting video coming up. It's going to be a banger, as the kids say. Have a good one.